Yeah, well, the journey is when I left college and started the business career. It started in 1964, and the main business that I was in at the time was in the airline, and I was a one of the executives of Pan Am. Then after that, it ventures to the hotel industry because Pan Am used to own a hotel company. From there, we transferred our expertise to many airlines around the world, including Air Zaire of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Air Zaire had been struggling since independence, which was in 1960 in the Congo, and they were looking for some expertise in order to help them grow. So I took over as their CEO back in 1973 and completed the mission in 1977. Always continuing on the hotel development side, and then an opportunity arose in 1985 when the cellular technology came out to the consumer. So we thought long and hard, and we thought it would be a very good technology help Africa to develop itself, because Africa was strangled by telecommunications, old technology. Having said that, it was a long and tedious road because we were actually engaging ourselves into the unknown. Those charter waters were not there for us to base some of the knowledge. There was none. So we had to actually invent and create the needs and the legal framework of every country that we've been in. But it was quite successful. It brought telecommunications into the state-of-the-art equipment all the way back in 1986. And this is way before the GSM advent, which actually happened in the early 1990s. And namely, in Africa, it wasn't ready until 1994, while we were in the analog business since 1986. The journey has had a lot of bumps on the road, as they say, but however, we were able to surmount them. The communication with the African governments, African agencies, and our persistence in getting to the regulations that were non-existent, but at least we built the framework. Today those regulations are in place. Everybody knows what a cellular phone is, and everybody has one. Therefore, it's been a very rewarding experience, and it made it even more pleasant to see nations actually improve their economics and their stature around the world only because we were able to hand them a tool that they were able to communicate with. And I continue to assist and advise countries in Africa about the technology. The main one is to understand the African culture in general, and then more specifically, each country have various variations of it. And you've got to understand them all, and then try and marry this new technology, new investment, new joint ventures with the Africans that are there, because they are very what do you call it, suppressed in the new technology, and therefore we just have to make sure that we engage ourselves in partnerships that are solid and long-lasting. And in Africa, those challenges, they may be challenges, but I find them just as well as anywhere else in the world, just trying to find out and understand what the particular situation is in a particular country. You don't have to be discouraged, and as soon as something doesn't work, you just say, okay, this is not for me, I'll pack and go. But continue to persist and find a medium so that you can actually penetrate the market accordingly.
Okay, having succeeded the way you have as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, and obviously having succeeded as well in Africa, are there still things you look forward to doing and achieving, either for yourself or for the continent?
Yes, the continent has, of course, evolved and improved a lot. And even in the last few years, there's been a real development for the better. I think there are a lot of opportunities in Africa, and very specific countries, of course, which are available. The infrastructure, the business infrastructure in Africa needs to be improved so that it will give the investor or the joint venture partner or whatever other investor there may exist the confidence and the security that his or her investments are protected and are within the same scope as any other place in the world. And I think there is a lot of opportunities, and finding the right partner and installing the business in a proper legal framework, I think it will be very satisfying for anybody that wishes to invest in Africa. I would like people to remember that I was just a vehicle that was knowledgeable enough to understand what their needs are in Africa, and I was able to introduce it in the framework of normal business. The foundation has a lot of work to do, and in many areas. Foundations can be in the areas of helping the entrepreneur that wants to start something and doesn't have the actual funds and would like to get a head start. That could be of help. Or something that already exists that needs to evolve, that also. And also looking at people that want to, pioneer something. And that's the structure of the foundation as I see it.